So we're ready now to uninstall Linux, and before we uninstall any operating system or upgrade it or move it to another machine, anytime we make a major configuration change or get rid of an operating system, we need to back up the user files, and we might even want to back up the operating system itself. So let's go ahead and start by backing up the files found in 2019 clients off the root. And in Chapter 9, we saw how to create an archive file or a backup file. And we're going to give it the name 2019, same as the directory. .tar means it's an archive file. It's a file that contains many other files that we're backing up. And if you see an additional GZ at the end, that means that archive file has been compressed. So if we go back to Chapter 9 of NDG Linux, you will see how that is done. So I'll quickly go through that with you. First, make sure that you are logged on as a super user. We are going to go to the root directory now. So change directory / type ls, and you can see here what it is that we want to back up, and we are going to back it up into a file inside the home directory for the super user. So it could be backed up anywhere. You can see here that I have another directory called archives. It doesn't really matter where you put that backup file. So the command from Chapter 9 was tar, and the name of the file that will hold the backup is 2019. Oops, let me do that again. 2019 clients.tar.gz, and you can put that file anywhere you want. I am going to put that file inside the home directory for the super user. So that is the target. That's where the backup files are going to go. The backup files are going to go into this archive file. And what am I backing up? Well, I'm going to back up everything that is found in here, in this directory. So let's go ahead and specify where the source files are coming from. And the only thing missing in our command is some options. So let's put in the options. So we start with -z. -z means we are going to compress it. C to create. VF, the V is very important. It's verbose, which means that it's going to talk to you. It's going to give you information on the screen. That's not important when you just have a few files. But when you have 10,000 files, it looks like the computer froze. So include the -z. So again, the source files, the target, and you can put that target anywhere you want. That's going to be your backup, and the command is right there. So let's go ahead, press enter. And when we go now to the home directory for the super user and type ls, we can see that archive file nicely coded. So at this point, we're basically finished. If you can get that far on the exam, that's really good. What we would do in practice is we would back up that file to a USB, maybe to a CD, DVD, or otherwise upload it to the cloud. So the next question, if we go back to the practice questions, we want to shut down Linux, and we want to see how would we back up the entire virtual machine. We want a copy of it, so maybe we could use it later. Maybe we delete it, change our mind, and we want to recover it, or we want to move that virtual machine to another physical computer or location. And that's very easy with virtual machines. This used to be a difficult task, but since virtualization became widespread, it is now very straightforward task. So let's go ahead and shut down Linux. And this Linux, this Fedora, is just one file somewhere, located somewhere on the host system. So we have to find out where that file is actually located. And if we go to settings here and click on settings, okay, and go to storage, click on this hard drive. This is where we have Linux installed. Notice the VDI extension that tells you it's a virtual hard drive. You can kind of see the path right there, C:/users. If you have any doubt at all or you can't really read it, click the browse button. Make sure you have the hard drive highlighted. Click the browse button, choose disk, and you will see the path, the full path up here, starting from the C drive. So C drive, users, then there's going to be some sort of user account. This is a Windows user account, VirtualBox VMs, and then if you had named your virtual machine, remember we named it Fedora-Practice, there it is. So let's go and find that file. So I'm going to click Windows Folder, File Explorer in Windows, click on this PC, go to the C drive, users, that's the user account. It's going to be different for everybody, depends on your computer. And all the virtual machines that we've created are right here. And the machine we created for this practice assignment is right there, fedora.practice. So again, you would put this on a USB stick. You could just right-click and copy it or send it to a USB stick. You can burn it on a DVD or upload it to a cloud. So if you can show me the location on your host computer where Fedora is installed, you will get the mark for that question. So that's pretty much it. The only thing left now is do a complete deletion of the virtual machine and all the trace files. You don't actually need to do it, but you should see where it is. So let's go ahead and right-click on the virtual machine. I'm going to do it with this other machine here in case I need that one. I'm going to right-click, select remove, and this is key here, that button. So don't just click remove, click delete all, and that machine is gone for good. In fact, it went to your recycling bin. So if you want to free up hard drive space on your host machine, you can just simply right-click and empty your recycling bin as well. And that virtual machine is now permanently gone. So my recommendation, go through this exam 2 or 3 times from start to finish. Create a virtual machine and navigate Linux and manage the files. Go right to the end until you are actually deleting the virtual machine. If you have any questions, I am available. Just send me an email.